Hello and welcome to Asha Light Eagle Whispers Healing with my ancestors, and we are going to do two spreads in one. I'm going to try to do that because this is what Lion wanted me to do, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I hope that you're going to enjoy this with me. And it says here, let's see here. So it says, narrative spreads are a key component to past life exploration. Knowing where and when and what happened to you is the entire point. It's a good idea to develop a few running narratives as you delve into other aspects of past life exploration, such as fears and blockings. Watch carefully for repeating cards and patterns from those spreads throughout the rest of the workbook. So for spread 1, you will develop a basic narrative, and then we are going to spread 3 focuses on one particular deed you committed in a past life. Those deeds can be negative. That makes sense if we are looking for information that will help us evolve, but the deed could be something good if it left a lasting impact on your energy and or karma. So that's the spreads, and we're going to look at the first one. And so let's and here in this spread we have 1, 2, 3. There is 6 cards. So I'm going to shuffle them. Okay. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. I need to move this up a little bit. And I know that you won't be able to see all the spread. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so that's the whole spread. Now let's see. Let's see. Wow, I am intrigued. Jesus. Okay. Let's see. So the first card that we get here talks, let's see, the first card meaning. Where and when. So the first card talks about where, and the other one is asking when. So the first card, where, let's see. And you receive justice, and so on the card it says justice by Georgian Ovens, 1662. But I'm not, this is, I mean, the artwork is made then. Where and when and where. And here you receive late Middle Ages, 1250 to 14 to 400. So when and where. So where you have received, when where you have received, but you haven't received where, I guess. So let's let me see now. So let's see, I said that it was justice, right? I think so. Yes, justice. Let's see what it says in the book, if it will reveal anything. Legal troubles or events. No, it doesn't. Late Middle Ages, 1250 and 1250 and 1400 is what you're receiving here. And this is the Four of Wands. So let's see. Cups, swords, establishing a home. Well, it doesn't exactly answer where, but you receive the when. I wonder, this is the first card that should answer when, sorry, where and when. Here is the answer to when. I guess that this should be as where then, but it doesn't say. They came out opposite. So this should be the first, but I'm not going to flip them through. Let me look in the other history book what they say from where that book is sort of about. Here's the one I did pin. So let's go to justice. Here's the magician. Emperor. I guess here it should be. Here it is. So let's see. Oh, this is strength, but you're having justice. Or am I? Yeah, justice. So here it says karmic balance. It says for the root energy, fairness, karmic balance and fairness. And then it says, let's see, the year of time. Okay, 17th century. So 17th century, and you receive Germany, alternatively Amsterdam. And that's good. So that, you know, the first question was, oops, let me go back to the book. So the first one was on, let me just look at it. Bear with me. I know that this might be boring when I am trying to do this. Where and when. So where, in Berlin or Amsterdam is the first answer. Okay, that's the first card. So Berlin or Amsterdam. And when is is the 1000 late middle so late middle Asia it says here, and sorry, late middle ages, and then 1250 and 1400 century. So that's how old you are, girlfriend. Oh geez, what an old soul. Very interesting. Wow. Four of Wands. Let me look at Four of Wands. Cups. Let me go to next. And we'll have Wands. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you always, let's see, Four of Wands says competition, conflict of interests. And that resonates with your first reading when I told you about broken heart and all you received there, that you were working hard and could have had complications when it comes to people in the economical situation. And this is the root energy. And it says here that this is from the 16th century. Wow, this is so, and India, place India and then 16th century. So when you got answer, and this, so this is from the 16th century and not the 1250 or 114th century. This is from the 16th century and not so old. So, but still it's old. So you're going back. This is so interesting. So it says here like this. This could indicate my major historical conflicts such as war, but could also simply reflect the conflict within a relationship. Most likely a conflict that you are experiencing now. And I think that has to be maybe a relationship. So let's see what you're going to answer to that. This conflict is likely rooted in a past life. The Hindu goddess observing the war in this card's image symbolizes the universal presence that sees and knows all, including the injustice you have fought. When this card is present, peace is elusive, thought not always violent. It can sometimes simply reflect conflict or a conflict of interests. Another meaning that could also resonate is this card could also mean competition. It is there someone in your life that you could clearly identify as your greatest competitor? If the answer is yes, this reveals Riverly was likely established in a previous lifetime. So that's interesting to hear about that. Let me go to I'm actually going to go to I'm going to go to justice, just to let you know what it says about it. And here it says in a past life reading, the justice card does not carry the same legal system, paperwork, connotation that it does for a traditional tarot spread. For a past life, justice means finally getting what you truly deserve, and reaping benefits in this lifetime that are owed to you from a past life. You might seem to be extraordinarily fortunate or lucky in this life, but it is your good thoughts and actions from the past creating balances with your life now. Another meaning, this card could be a warning to watch your negative thoughts and actions. Keep your negativity in check, because you will eventually reap what you sow if you can't make peace in your heart. If you feel your life has been unlucky, draw upon your inner strength and take heart good karma being now. So if your life is hard, you're going through a karmic experiences, and you have within you the power to shift the balance in your favor by focusing on love, generosity, and gratitude. So this is very interesting to see, and somehow I believe that both of the cards have a very good meaning. And I feel like, if I think about your first two spreads, that I did do one, they truly talk, I can see the thread there. It's very super interesting how this is working out. So let's go to number 3, card number 3. Card number 3 talks about what happened to me during this life. Okay, so what happened to you during this life? And I'm going to uncover the number 4 card. Who was I and who was I? What happened to me is number 3, and who was I? So let's see. So this is number 3. What happened to me? And this is what you receive. You see the same, some of the same cards are showing up for you. Loving woman, and you're receiving the Queen of Cups. I think I've seen her in one of your readings. So love happened to you. It means that you were in a relationship that I guess wasn't the most easiest one to be in, as one of the cards were meanings were suggesting that. Who were you? So here is what you're receiving. This is interesting. So, betrayal. Oh, Jesus. Betrayal and Seven of Swords. You're receiving the Seven of Swords and betrayal. Interesting. Let me move this up a little bit so that you can. Wow. So, let's see in the book. Wow, this is so who what did I say? Number 3 was what happened to me during this life. So you were loved, you were a caring person, emotional person. So here you have the emotion again coming through. And then number 4 was who was I? And let's see, number 4, I think it was, I need to see what I have typed. 7 of Swords. Let's see if it will say anything about in the book. Swords. 7 of Swords. Stealing and significant. Stealing and significant and dishonesty. Somehow I feel that they should be, the opposite to you, because I think that you were somehow, I would like to change that place of the cards, because I believe that you were a loving woman or a male, and if I put the thread to run through, then that would talk about that you were you were quite emotional, but stealing. That's interesting. Sorry, 7 of Swords. Stealing and significant dishonesty. Wow. So maybe you were a thief in your life. Maybe you have been a thief, committing theft. Let me look in this. This is Wands, and I want to go to Swords. Swords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's see if I will do the second reading together with this. I don't think so. So let's see. Root energy, isolation, imprisonment, and restriction. So that doesn't answer anything much of who you were. So maybe you were a thief in one of your lifetime, trying to maybe live through. Oppression can refer to literal imprisonment, slavery, or it can mean oppression due to ethnicity, gender, sexuality, or economic status, oppression, experienced in a past life will make you more hyper aware of those injustices as you experience them in this life. Chances are good that part of your life's path includes fighting oppression to create peace and prosperity for souls from all walks of life. Manifestations include bouts of feeling powerless and unexpected anxiety. Another meaning, traditionally, this card can also indicate a self-imposed restriction. This can be a firm reminder that the oppression lies in the past and that your power and capabilities to leave a situation are far greater than you feel. So this is very interesting to see. And this is a card from England and Hawaii. But I'm not saying that this is. So it means that you either got cheated and lied to, or maybe you were in a prison, or you could have been a slave as well. This also makes me to think about that you received the indigenous Queen and King in your previous session, and I'm thinking about you fighting for your ethnicity, standing up for who you were, maybe. So maybe this is, when I saw through the options there, I feel like maybe you were fighting for your ethnicity, for your, for who you were, where you came from, and so on. And that would explain that a little bit more. And I also think that you had conflict when it comes to having problem with the economical situation. So, you might have been a slave because of your ethnicity, where you were, from. I'm not saying that you were absolutely an indigenous person. You could have, had another culture, but yet you were as a slave somehow. You could have been as a slave somehow, trying to stand up for who you were at that time. So very super interesting, I have to say, even if this was a little bit difficult to understand, I have to say, still I am understanding it slowly, bit by bit, even if it takes a little bit of time, is how I feel. But it's okay. I mean, as long as you're not in a rush anywhere. So 5 and 6, and I think I have done it. Let's change, because oops, this was, I have done wrong. So 5 and number 5 talks about who was with me. So who was with you at that time? Wow, interesting. Oh my, look. Very super interesting. Okay, so who were with you? And what you receive here is, of course, a soldier was with you. And now that I said that you were maybe fighting to say who you were, standing up for yourself, Knight of Swords. You're receiving a lot of swords and pentacles in your cards, but so the soldier, Knight of Swords. Let's look at Knight of Swords. Who was with you? So Knight of Swords talks about Knight of Swords going to battle. So he was going to battles, okay. And now let's go into the swords. And for me, I'm going to tell you my thoughts of the swords, but first 2 of Wands. Let me just look here what they will say about the sword. Oh, when I finally got it, it just disappeared for me. I'm so... Swords, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and page. Am I wrong? Yeah, I am. I went a little bit too... Here he is. So, Knight of... so here it says, who was with you? Knight of Swords, conflict. So this soldier was with you, and you had a conflict maybe with this person. The soldier card indicates a past marked by war. So maybe you were around in a war zone. Most likely you served as a soldier, which I don't think. This wasn't for you. Or supported a soldier. Maybe you did support someone in a great capacity. Look for time period in indications, or isolate which war it could had likely been. Okay. The Knight of Swords is traditionally argumentative, fly-by night type who acts on impulses and thinks of himself. And that's exactly what I think of the Knight of Swords, a selfish person who just, you know, are into themselves only, and who thinks of themselves first. If that personality description matches someone around you in could easily be indicating that soul, whether they were served in the military or not. So you either supported a soldier or you had a soldier that you had conflicts with. And if you have found yourself in trouble because of someone in this lifetime who were quite selfish in one way or the other, you know, it just doesn't have to be a male. This can be a female, but have a very masculine energy with her that were quite demanding and selfish, and thought of herself in first place, you know. So, but it can be a male as well. It depends on how you can put this together, but it is so interesting. So this is someone who was with you at that time. And then the last card in this session talks about card number 6, talks about how did I die. Oh my god. Do you want to know that? Okay. So how did you die? The Middle East, and you receive judgment. Wow, judgment. You received judgment. How did you die? Geez. Uncovering the truth. You did die because you did uncover the truth about something. And you know, for me, justice is something that takes time. So I think that your death was quite slow, you know, when before you did pass, before you yeah, before you passed, I guess. Let me go to justice here. Let's see here. Root energy. Here you have recording, new awareness, gaining clarity. So you were clear about things, you gain information about something, you found out some truth about something. And this makes me to think about this soldier a little bit. Maybe you did find truth out about someone or a situation. It can be about someone, or it can be about a whole situation that would infect that would affect a lot of people, maybe your lives. And just because of that knowledge, maybe is how maybe you died, but still, as you receive judgment, I think that you could have been judged, you know, by court or by something like that, to be sent to death. And you might have died because of a soldier's hand as well. So yeah, that's interesting. So this is super interesting to see all this. This is interesting to see the threads and to, you know, have an understanding. I don't know if you can understand this spread or not. But I think that it clearly answered you, even if I were a little bit confused in the beginning. I think that you got the answer, you know, when. I guess I think that you got the answers of, let me go back. Where and when. So where, I think that you got an answer on where you were, and when as well, and then who you were. Who am I? So card number 4, who you were as a human being. I think we solved that as well. And then card number 5 talked about who was with me, who was with you. And then the last card talks about how did I die. So I guess a couple of solutions there. So yeah, so this is spread, narrative spread 1. And I am going to pause this or stop this recording, and we'll do another recording of the narrow live past life reading free, because you wanted 1 and 3, so I'm going to do the 3rd one for you, and let's see what we'll find out there. So don't forget to comment underneath and let me know how you felt about this. It will be interesting to see if you can understand some of it today in your life, and it will be interesting to see how you feel about this, because this was a little bit challenging, I have to say, but still interesting. I get a feeling that you had a lot of people. There could have been times where you were in prison because of your ethnicity, because of, you know, who you were and was standing up for yourself. And I think that you were in conflict with maybe soldiers and so on, could have been. And or this might mean also that you were supporting someone. This can have 2 meanings. It just doesn't have to be one just because the book says it's so. So it's interesting to see this, and yet you were, you know, the loving woman. You have it there again, you know, the feelings and all. So the thread is sort of a little bit similar to what was, and it's interesting. I have to say that it's super interesting. That's all. So till next time, blessings and enjoy yourself. And if there is anyone else who is interested in a session like this, you're welcome to message me. You will find my details on About Me if you click on my name and go to the menu bar on About Me. There you will find me on Facebook or Instagram, and you can message me. So till next time, blessings.